but everybody ultimately wants to own a home. So those are four very compelling reasons of being a homeowner. Now, how do you get there? And that's what you're all here tonight for. Going along the path, this is just a quick purchase process overview, 30,000-foot level. First step is not to go see a realtor or not to go look at homes. The first step, if you want to save time for all the parties involved, is to go see your lender to see how much you can afford. Whether it's the bank at Wells Fargo or a mortgage broker, you want to talk to somebody to see how much you qualify for. Oh, and I did give everybody the little handout. You can play along and fill in the blanks. So number one, pre-something. And I mean something because there's different levels of review before you get into, you don't have one? It's okay. There's 2 extras right here. Do you have any extras? So there's three different levels of reviews. I'll go into it in detail a little bit later, but it's pre-qualification, which is basically the lowest level of review. You just talk to somebody on the phone, you ask them about their income and assets, have them give their best guess, and then you just kind of give them a general idea of what they can qualify for. The next higher level of review is called a pre-approval, and that's what every realtor is asking for these days. They want to make sure you have a pre-approval letter that you've submitted your income and asset documents to somebody like me to review. And then more recently, there's an even higher level of review called a TBD approval. TBD stands for to be determined. It's when we take your income and asset documents and submit it to one of our wholesale lenders. We're approved with about 50 of them. And then a live underwriter, human being, looks through all your documents, your credit, we pull your credit, and they issue a formal approval. That's the exact same thing as when you apply for any kind of mortgage loan. You have to ultimately have your documents looked at by an underwriter. So we do all that. They issue an approval with conditions that you can work on to satisfy. And we do all that before your property is even identified, before you even get into contract. And we'll get into TBD approvals later as well. So you talk to your lender. Step 2 is once you know how much your borrowing power is, your borrowing and your purchasing power, you go house hunting with your favorite realtor. You find the house of your dreams, you make an offer, it gets accepted, sometimes after 15 tries in this market, but in a normal market, your offer gets accepted fairly soon, and then the fun begins, and by fun, I mean the loan process. And we'll get into a little bit of detail about that as well.